Welcome, everybody.
What are we reaching for?
Skies. We'll reach for the sky.
We'll reach for the skies.
Hello. Welcome, everybody, to the second edition of Tales from the Turnbuckle. I am the big dog Luke Williams. With me, as always, is the mighty Max Fury. We are here to the first video in this series was over
the Mid-South Coliseum and Sputnik Monroe.
Has become well received, which we will be doing more historical dives as we get further into this, but we wanted to do something a little fun today, a little something out of the norm. So we decided that we are going to talk about the best wrestling music. Max, to you, what is your definition of a good wrestling theme?
Well, I got to go with, I found a list from the Bleacher Report, and I really got to kind of go along with the guidelines that they used. Really fit my guidelines as well. Is the song kind of is it standalone-ish by itself?
Yeah.
Is it gonna last just alone by itself? Also, does it fit the wrestler? Does it fit the character?
Does it fit with the mold of what they're trying to talk about? When they come out,
does it that song feel like it fits them?
Right.
And most importantly, as far as being on a list of the best ever, is it memorable?
Right.
If you say a wrestler's name and I immediately think of their song, it's memorable.
Right.
Or if I hear the song
and immediately think of the wrestler.
That's
pretty good parameters. Now, we do need to remind you that this list was not built by us.
No.
This list was built by Bleacher Report, and we only took the top 10 of...
Well, this was only a top 10 list, I think, and I think this even might have been back in 2020. The point of it is all just to have some wrestling conversations and have a little fun here.
And I don't disagree with the theme songs, although we can discuss the order. The order's probably not what we would think. There's also some...
We're going to discuss this, and then we're going to talk about maybe what we do differently. We're going to talk...
Honorable mentions. We'll get the honorable mentions in. We'll get all that stuff in. But I see no time like the present to get into the number 10 theme song, according to Bleacher Report.
Then let's jump in with both feet. Number 10 on their list was Demolition.
Ooh. Yeah, Demolition was probably the number one tag team in WWE between the years of 1987 and 1989, even though they were champions into the 90s. The iconic theme of, here comes the axe, here comes the smasher, they're a demolition, walking disaster. It fit. They walked to the theme.
They were Ooh, What a Rush.
No, that's the Legion of Doom. Yes, Demolition was...
See, there's one there.
Well,
Legion of Doom would be more memorable to me.
Demolition, they were WWE's answer to the Road Warriors in the 80s.
Yes, no, I kind of got...
And as a matter of fact, the last title match that I remember Demolition having, they lost the tag team titles to Legion of Doom at SummerSlam.
Because they had the cooler theme song.
They did. And the cool thing is, I remember the most about this theme song is the 1989 Royal Rumble. Number 1 comes out, and it's Axe. Here comes the Axe. They cut the song. They introduce number 2, and the song starts back up, and out comes Smash. It was the first time in that big of a setting that you would have 2 of the same tag team partners, number 1 and number 2. But that music, the whole crowd lit up when it turned on the first time, and when it popped on the second time for Smash to come out, crowd lit up. Do I believe that Demolition should be in the top 10?
No.
Do I believe top 20? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
But I do see what they were going for here, and I do understand the theme song being as popular as it is, because when you hear it, you know it's Demolition.
And it did fit them.
Yeah. Oh, it was written to them.
Yeah.
It was totally written for them by WWE songsman Jim Johnson back then.
Does it stand above a whole lot of others? I don't know.
I don't know, but what number beat out Demolition for number 9?
Number 9 was Kurt Angle.
I mean, that honestly, in my opinion, I'll save the...
You suck.
I'll save my
You suck.
My where I would put it for after a discussion.
Suck.
It's hard to deny that theme song, dun, 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 you knew shit was about to go off. Kurt Angle, of course, had several different...
you suck!
several different iterations of the same theme song. They made it a little more hard rock towards the end of his career. However, that theme song really does stand out, especially for somebody going to the end of the Attitude Era.
And I'd say definitely deserving of the top 10.
Oh, 100%.
I don't
necessarily think it should be this low at 9, but it does deserve to be in the top 10.
Well, let's see what others we got.
All right, what we got at number 8?
Number 8 comes with Vince McMahon.
The No Chance theme. Here's the deal. No Chance is probably one of the most iconic wrestling themes of all time.
It's definitely up there, yeah.
The whole corporation come out to No Chance.
Yeah.
It was Vince McMahon's. It's what you knew when the boss was coming. And when that song starts nowadays, before Vince retired and everything was coming out, when he would come out on TV, when you'd hear that theme song, you'd be like, "Ah, shit, here comes the boss."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Which makes that very iconic, in my opinion, to not only have his theme song, but for the longest period of time, Shane McMahon's was also the same theme. Tess, the big boss man, whoever else was in the corporation, all came down to the ring.
That almost makes me wonder if we're ever going to hear that again. But we'll get into that on our podcast sometime.
Yes, we will actually talk about a little bit of that tomorrow on the podcast as it's planned right now. Right now, we are wanting to get live content out. There is a lot of things taking place behind the scenes. We don't know if we're going to come to you tomorrow just yet or not, so watch Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown and the Pro Wrestling Throwdown group page to find out whether or not it's actually going to be able to be logistically done.
If we don't, you can always just go back and rewatch some of our other episodes. Episode 1. Episode 1 and 2. Well, episode 1
part 1 and 2.
It split our videos in 2 parts, so
that's what happens when we don't go live, unfortunately. But all right,
anyway,
let's hit with
number 7.
Number 7, what do we got?
We have The Undertaker.
Okay, here's where...
It's bone-chilling just to say his name. And I can't, like, his theme song is going, rattling through my whole body.
I don't know who Bleacher Report contacted for this. Because The Undertaker should be top 5 material.
Oh, absolutely.
At least top 5 theme songs. Because, I mean, there was people in the world that have wrestled.
There's been times that I'll hear in a song, I'll hear a gong, and it'll trigger the entire Undertaker theme.
Well, not only that, but I've been in the building with The Undertaker coming to the ring. I've been to a live show that he was at.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that gong, the entire building goes cold.
Yeah.
I
got chills.
The entire building goes cold. The smoke starts rolling in as the organs start to play. It's probably one of the most... It's got to be one of the most iconic.
Top 3 or top 5?
At least. 5 at least.
Yeah.
Of course, there's people
right
who have wrestled The Undertaker, who have went on record as saying in the ring when they hear that gong, it just does something to them. No matter how long they've been in the business, no matter who they've wrestled before, that entrance theme strikes fear in the hearts of The Undertaker's opponents.
That's sheer intimidation.
It is. And before the man even makes his entrance.
Right.
That gong is boom lights.
Yeah, that definitely should be...
The well-placed lightning strike sounds for when he rolls his eyes in the back of his head. It's all perfect. It goes perfectly with The Undertaker. Mm-hmm. It fits the character, and you remember it. As a matter of fact, the Duke, who Pro Wrestling Throwdown fans know as the consultant we have in here, actually has The Undertaker's theme song
and
as his ringtone.
And it scares the hell out of me all the time.
You know, and so there you go. You're humming it on your way home. It fits the character, and it's iconic. I do believe it should have been...
Come over here and trying to rest for podcast. I'm laying on the couch trying to take a nap, and then all of a sudden, I swear to God, I thought I died.
Right. I mean, gosh, that's what it's about, really. He would be in the top 3, in my opinion, of all time.
Yeah.
What do we got? Number 6.
Here's one that threw me because just above him at number 6 is the Honky Tonk Man.
Okay, I can understand why, due to the fact that Honky not only wrote but sang the song. And he used to
Okay.
sing the song every time he would come to the ring.
Okay.
So for him, I'm the honky tonk man, blah, 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 rhythm and blues, it fit. It was his Elvis, the shake, rattle, and roll. It was his Elvis gimmick. It does fit. Should it be at 6? No. Top 20? Maybe. Maybe top 20. However, the Honky Tonk Man is the longest and greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. For about another
what I say, on Tuesday, Gunther I think will claim the number 2 spot.
Maybe.
No, he will. Don't.
No, we
don't
can't.
start this
You
shit.
can't.
Don't start this shit.
You can't count out Drew McIntyre.
But you just, we'll see.
But we're getting off topic. SummerSlam is tonight at 6 p.m. on the Peacock. Not a sponsor, but it could be. But let's get into the top 5 wrestling things.
Taking the number 5 spot is Ronda Rousey's brothers, uncles, cousins, nephews, daddy, which is all the same person in all reality. Roddy Piper.
See, I don't get this one. I don't get this.
Well, you see, it's her daddy's brother's uncle.
No. I mean
that part.
No, I mean the theme song being in the top 5.
Oh.
I don't understand this. It's bagpipes. It's literally bagpipes.
I'm not.
I get it. He's Scottish. I get
either.
it. Drew. Here's the deal. If we were gonna Ronda Rousey theme, I don't give a damn about my reputation.
Yeah.
That would fit better there than Roddy Piper.
However, I have a problem with people using songs that are already really, really popular to boost their own popularity, which is what Ronda Rousey did.
Well, Ronda Rousey was given the okay from Joan Jett herself when the theme song was used.
Okay.
Because she played her in one of the UFC fights. She played her to the cage. Like, they're friends.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, they're friends. That's why they were WWE was able to. I wish I had it. I wish I had it. Listen.
Anyway, number 4. Well deserving of the top 5. Ric Flair.
Oh, the Space Odyssey thing. Yes. For more, it hits on so many nerd points in my brain. Movie. Space Odyssey 2001. Then you have, of course, Ric Flair himself using the theme. It is iconic with not only wrestling but pop culture.
Yeah,
and it's only known for pop culture for the better part of being Ric Flair's theme.
Yes, and now Ric Flair is known in pop culture for smoking it up.
Yeah, I mean, not only smoking, he's singing on rap tracks.
Yeah.
He's doing all kinds of crazy things, which is really cool.
He's got a strain with Tyson, doesn't he?
He has a strain through the same people that Tyson has his through, but I don't believe that they're... I believe that it's through... Actually, I believe it's Snoop. I believe his is through Snoop.
Was it Snoop?
Yeah, because it's Ric Flair.
All these celebrities are coming out with their own strains and stuff.
Not only just strains, but think about it. Hulk Hogan had
it's hard to keep them.
Hulk Hogan had a burger maker. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That.
You remember?
You know what? I might still have one of those somewhere in the closet.
That's pretty cool. Stone Cold Steve Austin with his own kind of beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's the next viable step up the ladder of popularity.
Well, you know, it's
Macho
funny,
Man with Slim Jims.
It's funny you mentioned Stone Cold because he pulled the number 3 spot.
Number 3. See? Yes, it fits the character. Yes, it's memorable, but...
Yes, it's iconic.
Would I put it in the top 3? No.
No.
5? Yes. 3? I don't know. 3's pushing it.
It depends. I think our list would get longer and longer and longer for our top 5 and eventually start pushing out some of our top 5s.
Yeah, just to add more songs. But Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course, the theme song is iconic. The glass breaking.
You hear the glass breaking and you not necessarily hell's going to break loose, but just everything's going to hell.
Well, Stone Cold penned the term, when you hear the glass, it's your ass. So... I mean, it fits. It totally fits. Also, he had a version of his theme song that was done on an album called Heavy Metal. Or not Heavy Metal, I'm sorry, Heavy Metal was the first one. Forcible Entry that was Disturbed doing a version of Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme song. It also had the DX, Run DMC, Kings of Rock. It had a lot of different rock bands covering these theme songs.
Cool.
It's called Forcible Entry. You can find it here on YouTube or Spotify or Amazon or wherever you get your music
None
from.
of which are a sponsor. But you could be, because
Which
why, Luke? I will sell the shit out of your shit. I'm a promotional whore. I admit it fully.
Shit out of your shit. And then feed them the shit.
I could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
Yeah,
I didn't steal that line from Tommy Boy.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. I don't even
Not
know.
even-
I don't
not
even,
even
I
a
don't even,
little
I don't
bit.
even know that movie.
Not even.
What do we got in the top two here?
Top two. Well, number 2 is D-Generation X.
100 agree with this here. Do I think top three? 100%. DX was so iconic at the time, and the "Are you ready?" would send crowds into a fucking frenzy. Also, the DX theme, of course, being used for how many years now? How many years is DX? 97?
Oh, God.
97, so that's 10, 20.
Well, you're 40, so
20, almost 30 years. Almost 30 years of D-Generation X.
Yeah.
And yet, every time that theme song hits, you know exactly who's coming down that ramp. Exactly who's coming down that ramp. The DX theme, of course, the lead singer of it sounds a lot like Rage Against the Machine to me. He always has, the X-Pac one especially.
Yeah.
The or whatever, however it started. But, D-Generation X should be on top. I have a feeling I know what your top one's going to be. I have a feeling that I'm going to have some feelings about it. But at first, I'm going to mention that.
Well,
please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Everything you do helps with the algorithm, helps us to produce more videos for you. Also, be sure to join us on Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Add the group page of Pro Wrestling Throwdown on Facebook's groups. Also, Twitter X at Pro Wrestling TD.
So did it change our X handle?
Yeah, it'll be x.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Or Pro Wrestling TD.
I don't use the shit anymore.
Also, be sure to stop by ProWrestlingThrowdown.com. We actually have a .com. It has all of our latest videos uploaded on there.
You can access our blog. You can access the YouTube. You can access our Facebook from there. You can access our merch store.
Merch store. It's not as loud on Saturday.
That's because we're the only ones in here.
That's good. We need to talk about this a little bit further. But
we can't let them hear us out there.
Be sure to check out the blog. Be sure to check out all that stuff. There is a promotion going on, of course. If you know the show, you know the spiel. Every dollar you donate or spend, including tax, will enter you in an entry ticket per dollar to get a shot at this month's prize, which will be in October when AFU, Antifight Underground, comes back to Anna, Illinois. You will get a 30-minute before meet and greet with the members of Pro Wrestling.
And as much behind the scenes as we're allowed
to give you.
And
after the last show at AFU, it's going to be an interesting one.
Oh, man. That was, yes, it was definitely
before
interesting.
We get into the number one video, or number one music entrance name, I want you to recap from 10 to 2.
Okay. At number 10, we had Demolition.
Okay.
And at number 9, we had Kurt Angle.
Okay.
You suck. You suck. I can't help it. I love it. At number 8, we had Vince McMahon.
Okay.
Number 7 was The Undertaker.
Undertaker still should have been the top.
Number 6 was the Honky Tonk Man.
Understood what they were doing.
Rowdy Piper took number 5.
Okay.
Number 4 was Ric Flair.
Okay.
Woo! Number 3 was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was D-Generation X.
All right, so we've went through the top 9.
Is there any out of those that you would take out and put something else in?
Yes, but I want to get the number 1 one out of the way because I don't think that the number 1 one on Bleacher Report I agree with.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I don't think that the number 1 on Bleacher Report I agree with.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Bleacher Report, don't agree.
That's right. Number 1 spot. It's a Hulk Hogan.
Real American, written by Rick Derringer. Wasn't even actually Hogan's original theme. It was wrote for the Can-Am Connection, which was Barry Windham and I want to say Rick Martel at the time. They used it literally once, and then Hulk Hogan started using it. Hulk Hogan's first theme song was actually Eye of the Tiger, due to his Rocky role and stuff.
Which is funny because that was written specifically for
and which
the Rocky
got
movie.
him the role in Hulk and Rocky 3.
If you don't know, let's do a little history in here for everybody. If you don't know, the song "Eye of the Tiger" used in the first Rocky movie. Stallone wanted to use "Another One Bites the Dust."
Yeah,
by Queen. If you don't know who Queen is, slap yourself and then look it up.
Yeah,
and listen to everything.
Be sure to slap yourself first.
Yes, very important. But he couldn't get the rights for Another One Bites the Dust, so he got a hold of Survivor and had them write something as close as possible to the feel of Another One Bites the Dust.
Right on.
So we get Eye of the Tiger.
That's awesome. But yes, Hulk Hogan's Real American theme, it is iconic. It does fit Hulk Hogan. Is it top 3? No. I
don't believe so either. It strikes me when I hear it and I know it's him, but I wouldn't put it.
Let's have a little fun with this since we still have the time live. Give me your opinion on what you think should be like the top 5 entrance themes, in your opinion.
Definitely The Undertaker.
Okay.
Is like he's up there.
Okay.
Stone Cold is in my top 5. Mankind, I think, is in my top 5. I have to say Randy Orton, and that's kind of a personal pick, but I got to throw him
that
there.
makes a lot of sense.
And it does, and it's actually a really, really fitting song. And but as a 5th one, that really, really always stands out, The Rock.
Right?
I mean...
Right? I cannot believe he's not in the top 10.
He's not even on the top 10 list, and that blows my mind.
My top 5 from 5 to 1 would be...
Foley's not on there?
Let's see. Would be... Stone Cold. The Undertaker. DX. I think they had DX right.
Yeah, DX too.
Let's see, how do I want to do this? The NWO Hulk Hogan theme of Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix.
Voodoo Child's the one that...
Yep, yeah. I think that should have been in the top 2.
That, you know what? This didn't specify which song it was, so maybe it was Voodoo. Maybe that is Voodoo Child.
I don't believe it should be number 1, though. I believe the number 1 entrance theme to fit a wrestler, in my opinion, one of my favorites. I would say Randy Orton normally. I'm probably gonna have to go with Randy Orton. Although Edge is on this day.
I mean, honestly, I probably have a number 1 being The Undertaker, and then like a 5 or 6 way tie between like Triple H, Randy Orton, DX. Yeah. You know, like there's
also Triple H didn't make the list. Shawn Michaels didn't make the list.
The Game is one of
Razor Ramon didn't make the list.
NWO period wasn't on the top.
Okay, so where the list sits now, there's a couple names that should be on this list. One of which there's no Hardy Boys on this list. And that music was used in baseball, it was used in movies.
Yeah.
And when it happened, you knew Jeff Hardy was coming in. Not necessarily Matt, but you knew Jeff was coming in. Also, I have to throw a shout out to the New Age Outlaws. Oh, you didn't know? Should have been towards the top 10.
Somebody.
Let's see, who else? I mean, Big Show's not on that list for the well. It's the Big Show. Jericho is not on that list.
And he
break down the walls.
he did that through the whole right after the actual Y2J.
Yeah, and well, he was
Y2K
brought in with
stuff.
that theme song and had it his entire WWE run.
Because when I remember when he first really started doing that, and it was, I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was right around all the Y2K stuff.
Yeah.
And it
was
freaked
in
people out.
September of '99 because everybody was preparing for this
Okay,
Y2J thing. But what they didn't realize is the clock didn't go all the way to the end of the year. It only went 6 or 7 months in from when it started.
I remember hearing from a few people that kind of freak him out at first when he first started doing that.
Eddie Guerrero is not on this list.
Eddie. Dominic's daddy.
Yeah.
His other daddy, I'm sorry.
His only daddy, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see.
You shut your mouth. Rey Mysterio is a very good father.
Well, I mean, to other people other than Dominic Mysterio, yeah, he's a great dad. They also didn't have the American Dream Dusty Rhodes thing. I'm just
We're going to get into this Sunday.
Working hard as he can.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have that on them. A Macho Man's theme, Pop and Circumstance, doesn't fit anyone like it fit Randy Savage.
Yeah.
At all. There's several out there. I do think this list is credible, though, because there is some really good ones on there. But I want to know who legitimately did they go to get these votes for this list, because if it's just one guy, I get it. But I don't see a bunch of people putting Hulk Hogan over Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right. Not like normal wrestling fans. Now, they may have reached out to, journalists or something that gave their opinion. But, or for that matter, I don't see Vince McMahon or The Undertaker coming in at number 7.
I mean,
he's been around for almost 40 years.
If we really want to reach out, one of my all-time favorite theme songs now and wrestlers is from Anna Fight, and that's Ty motherfucking Blade.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I love Ty Blade.
Comes out Tainted Love, and he's a badass.
He is badass.
He's a badass.
So badass, in fact, that
he's the only one that knows how to properly throw a flaming super
There you go. Ryan C. says, I really like the Brood's entrance theme.
Absolutely.
Not only just the entrance music, but the sound of the entrance.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes. The sound of the entrance music while they have that fire ring.
Down here, he's up here.
When they have that fire ring and they come up slowly through the fire and then they're all walking at the beat of the song.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic. 100%. Also Christian by himself.
Well, if you want to talk about entrances, throw entrances in there, got Rey Mysterio. I mean, Undertaker aside, we're not even going to that he stands alone.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio's when he'd pop up through the stage.
Yeah.
That was always super exciting.
I mean, you could give the nod to several people. Shawn Michaels' entrance from the ceiling.
He's definitely, and his song as well should be, I think, probably in my top 10.
Everyone knows that song. As soon as they hear Sherry, go, oh, Shawn.
That's really what I look for if I was going to really put a list together, is not just wrestling fans, but how well do other people. That's why I think Hulk Hogan would be on the top 5 list, because
iconic.
Because people outside of wrestling, people that don't give a shit at all about wrestling, know who Hulk Hogan is.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that Hogan's a musician as well. Plays bass guitar.
Oh, I thought it was just skin flute.
He plays the bass guitar for his WCW theme for the Hulkamania. He was the one playing bass on it.
Oh.
Jimmy Hart wrote a lot of the entrance themes. Like Honky Tonk Man's theme.
Did they have to build an extra large bass for him?
It's pretty standard bass, but it's
does
good.
Does he just pick up a cello, turn it on its side?
Stop it! All right. Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think is the top entrance theme of all time? Please leave it in the comments after you like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to do, like we said in the beginning, we're going to give you some historical stuff, and then we're going to give you some fun things.
Yeah.
Then we're going to give you some historical stuff and some fun things. We want to reach out. What do you guys want to see?
Maybe we'll give you historical stuff 2 weeks in a row, and maybe we'll give you fun stuff 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Be sure to leave it in the comments. Also, you can leave it on Facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. You can also add the group there. But we did something fun last week.
We did.
We did a Wreck of the Week, which was a song by Clutch.
Electric Worry.
Electric Worry. Fantastic song. We've
Wolfie
got some
said he
really
loved
good
it.
reviews to it. So what we've decided to do this week is next week we are going to do a Tales from the Turnbuckle on the life and career of Adrian Street. Adrian Street, of course, just recently passed away, but we feel that his contributions aren't exactly...
I didn't know really who he was. I just kind of knew a little bit from what you had told me. We had our correspondent, Sweet Tea, I'm sorry, it was Special K.
Yeah, Special K, the professor. The professional.
I like the professor.
I do too.
The professor.
I don't know if we could copyright the professor.
The professor Special K?
Because of Mike Tenay.
The special compressor?
But she came up with a bunch of information.
Anyway, she came up with Adrian with some information about Adrian Street, and it's really, really good. He is going to be if you watched our first one about Sputnik, I feel that Adrian Street is just as significant as Sputnik Monroe. So if you don't know what that means, go back and watch that video, and then you'll understand.
So the Wreck of the Week this week is a match that you found on YouTube, correct?
Yes, that is I took a screenshot of the video. It's not on my screen yet, so I can't read it. But it was Dusty Rhodes and Adrian Street. I think it was
the title up at the top of the video. You
1983.
83, a battle between Adrian Street and Dusty Rhodes.
Championship Wrestling from Florida.
So go on there, check it out, leave a like for that video as well.
Yeah.
Leave them a comment. Please let us know if there's anything else, like I said, that you guys want us to go through for Tales from the Turnbuckle. We want to make this as interactive as possible. We want to make it as educational as possible. We want to make it as fun as possible.
Yes, we love to have fun and make you laugh.
Stay tuned to Pro Wrestling Throwdown on Facebook, on all facets of social media, for a update on whether or not we will go live tomorrow or not.
We've got some extra things coming up that we got to take
Million
care of.
Dollar Man's music is one of my favorites. Mine too. Also, not on the Bleacher Reports list. That laugh is so iconic that it should be on the list. Of course, he's having a lot of problems right now with his son looking at 45 years of life. Anyway, we'll cover that on the next podcast, but this has been fun. This has also been Tales from the Turnbuckle.
You know the great thing about whales?
What's that?
Blowholes. Gotta have blowholes.
Join us next week on Tales from the Turnbuckle.
Until next time, just keep it in the ring and stuff.
Yeah. Keep
blowholes.
Keep it in the ring. See you next week, folks.